Welcome to our Media Center.
Hi students, and welcome to the Wilkinson County Middle and High School Media Center. We're so excited you decided to stop in today and learn a little more about what we have to offer. Whether you're interested in learning more about books and computers, or our reading area and game center, there's always lots to do and lots to see in our Media Center. Okay everyone, let's get ready to learn how we can find out what we're looking for in the different areas of our Media Center. Within our Media Center, there are several areas that we will learn about today. Let's begin with one of our most abundant resources, books. Among the many books we have available, there are 5 main sections, each offering a different type of book. First, we'll learn about our young adult literature books. Then, move on to fiction, nonfiction, award-winning books, and reference material sections. Pay attention as we discover what each of these sections has to offer. We'll review these again at the end and see if you can help figure out where some of these books belong. This is what's called the Young Adult Literature section. Here, fiction books that are written, published, or marketed to adolescents and young adults are kept. These books are intended for young adult readers, but can also be a fun read for older readers as well. Books in the Young Adult section are arranged alphabetically by author's last name. So let's say you were looking for a Twilight book. You'd need to look in the M section because the author's last name, Meyer, begins with an M. So as we find our book, there are some important things we need to pay attention to. Here, we can see the call number of our book. Every book in the Media Center has a call number. For this particular book, the call number is YAMEY. This is because the book is in the Young Adult section and is written by Stephanie Meyer. Looking for our call number is important for a few reasons. First, it helps us locate our book. It's also important that we pay close attention to our call number when books are put back on the shelves. That way, it's in just the right place for the next person to be able to find it. Now let's explore the fiction section. Books in this section contain stories that are not true. They're made up by the author, just like the books in the Young Adult Literature section. However, these books are not always written, published, or marketed to adolescents or young adults. Books in the fiction area share another similarity with those in the Young Adult section as well. They are arranged alphabetically by the author's last name. In the fiction section, the call number will begin with an F or FIC. This represents the word fiction. Below this section, the first few letters of the author's last name will be displayed, just like we saw with books in the Young Adult Literature section. Let's compare and see what we've learned so far. Look at these 2 books. Can you easily tell which is a young adult book and which is a fiction book? How can you tell? If you could tell that the young adult book was the book geared toward the more adolescent reader, and that the fiction book was the one with more non-adolescent content, you were correct. Remember, both the young adult section and fiction section contain books that are not true and have call numbers that use the author's last name to sort them alphabetically, but they contain very different stories in both content and age group. Let's continue on our tour by taking a look at the nonfiction section. Nonfiction books are true and are used to gather information on a particular subject. Unlike the other 2 categories we've looked at so far, nonfiction books are shelved in numerical order by subject or topic. The Dewey Decimal System is used to categorize or organize books in this section by grouping them in sets of 10. To help us easily locate nonfiction books, shelf markers are used to direct our search. For example, if we were looking for a book about William Shakespeare, a playwright, we would look in the 800 section, because 800 through 899 is for literature. Don't worry about knowing what each group in the nonfiction section represents. We have a kid-friendly display set up around the tops of the shelves that will help you on your way. Also, don't forget to use the shelf markers. They're a great hint to help you get pointed in the right direction. Now it's time for us to visit the Georgia Peach Book Award section. This is a special section within our Young Adult Literature section. In this section, we will find books that have won awards in the state of Georgia. The purpose of the Georgia Peach Award is to highlight and promote the best current young adult literature for Georgia high school age students, to encourage young adults to read, and to promote the development of cooperative school and public library services for young adults. Teens vote for their favorite books out of the year's top 20 nominees at their high schools and local public libraries. Close to our nonfiction section, we come to our reference section. Here, you'll find encyclopedias, dictionaries, and atlases and globes. These materials are very special and have to be used inside the Media Center. They are not allowed to be checked out, but are for everyone to share. Let's examine what each of these reference materials has to offer. Encyclopedias are books that span many volumes and tell us true facts and information on various subjects. The call number on an encyclopedia, like any book in the reference section, is an R, or the letters REF. Also, you will see that the encyclopedias are numbered and lettered. This information is used not only to keep the books in order, but also to help you find information that is of interest to you. For example, if you're looking for information on dogs, you would look for the volume that had the letter D printed on the spine. Next in our reference collection, we come across our dictionaries. Dictionaries come in all shapes and sizes. There are student dictionaries, pocket dictionaries, and subject-specific dictionaries. No matter which type you pick up, they all have a few things in common. First, words are arranged in alphabetical order. Also, the word you're looking up will usually be printed in bold with the definition to follow. In some dictionaries, pronunciation guides are used to help you figure out how to correctly say the word. We have several types of dictionaries in our Media Center. Atlases and globes are also available within our Media Center. These are useful in looking at different places around the world. An atlas contains a group of maps, often showing different angles or views of an area. A globe is a map that is round and spins. Spin the globe. Place your finger on an area to stop the spinning and see where you've landed. Now imagine you're taking a trip there. What do you see? You can learn a lot about another state or country simply by knowing where it's located. That completes our reference section. Now, let's review. All information found in the reference section is true, also called nonfiction. Encyclopedias, dictionaries, atlases, and globes are all found in our reference section. Reference materials are not allowed to be checked out, but are to be used within the Media Center. That completes our tour of the book sections. We have looked at young adult books, fiction books, nonfiction books, award-winning books, and reference materials. But wait, that's not all we have in our Media Center. Let's take a look at some of the other resources we have right here at Wilkinson County Middle and High Schools. Our Media Center also has 7 computer workstations available for student use. Whether you're taking an accelerated reader test, looking up a book to check out using our OPAC system, or creating a project for class, this area is always lots of fun for students. Once you've selected your book or completed your assignment, there's a reading area in the Media Center that you'll be able to use as well. Also, we have some neat games and puzzles in our Game Center. Be sure to check out the book fair room on your way out too. Speaking of checking things out, we don't want to forget to visit the circulation desk to check out our book. To do this, you'll need to scan your reading folder, scan your book, then scan the barcode on the desk. Don't worry if you don't remember this order the first few times. There are directions listed on the desk, and the library and media specialist or media clerk are always available to help you in any of these areas. Once you've finished reading your book, you'll need to return it to the Media Center for it to be checked back in and placed back on our shelves for other students to read. To do this, you simply place your book in the book drop. We have now completed our tour of the Wilkinson County Middle and High School Media Center. Let's see if you can use what we've just learned to help answer a few questions. In which section would we find a book that is not true and has as a main character a 16-year-old female making important life decisions? If you said the young adult section, you're correct. Let's try another one. What's the name of the special section located within the young adult section that contains books that have won awards that were voted on by teens in the state of Georgia. If you said the Georgia Peach Book Award winner section, you're correct. Finally, once you've found a book you would like to read, what must you do to take it out of the Media Center with you? If you said check it out, you're correct. We hope you've enjoyed your visit to the Wilkinson County Middle and High School Media Center. Please come back anytime.